Yes, grade 11s, welcome back. So now what is it that we are seeing in front of us? We are now looking at question 2 of that question paper. And this question, it's also part of algebra, right? And specifically here, as you can see, you should browse through. These are exponents, exponents questions. So yeah, exponent. Let me just put it as exponent. But if you look at 2.3, there is no exponent question, but then, yeah, it's also part of algebra. So 2.1, they want us to simplify there. They want us to simplify 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x plus 1 minus 2 multiplied by 4 exponent x divided by 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x minus 2 minus 2 exponent 2x, right? So that is what they want us to do there. So that question, it will need us to apply the laws that we learned from exponent. So let me just write it down so that we can start solving. Okay. So as you can see there, right? As you can see there, we have 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x plus 1, right? Minus 2 multiplied by 4 exponent x, all divided by 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x minus 2 exponent 2x, right? This is what we have. So now, what is it that we're going to do here? Now, with laws of exponent, okay, you must make sure that everything that you have first in first there, it is in the exponent form, okay? So you see this one here, it is 4, and this 4 can be taken further to its exponential form, right? Remember what I told you. If you say here 4 and you say equal to, and you press shift and you press fact, you see you're getting 2 exponent 2 there. So it means we can write 4 in terms of 2 exponent 2. Okay, so let me just do that. So now I'm going to have 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x plus 1 minus 2 multiplied by 2 exponent 2. Then there was the x there, right? Then I multiply this by x. Okay, which is simply going to be 2 exponent 2x. So yeah, all divided by 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x minus 2 multiplied by 2 exponent x, right? So this is what we are seeing, okay? Now, if I remove this bracket, you see I already wrote it, but it's fine. Now I have 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x plus 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 exponent 2x, right? And everything here, it is divided by 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x, okay? Minus 2 multiplied 2 exponent 2x, right? So look at this. It so happens somehow we have 2 exponent 2x. On the denominator, there is also 2 exponent 2x. I made a mistake of not putting the minus there. So minus 2 exponent 2x, right? And then here we have 2 exponent x, and here we have what? 2 exponent x plus 1, right? So it means we can do something to make us have 2 exponent x minus 2 multiplied by 2 exponent 2x on the numerator, so that we can simply cancel it out, right? What is it that we're going to do? We will have to split this part here, right? So let's split it and see what is it that we're going to have. We're going to have 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x multiplied by this 2, this 1 here, it means 2 exponent 1, right? Which is simply 2 minus 2 multiplied by 2 exponent 2x, right? Okay. This is what we are seeing, right? So now everything here, it is divided by 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x minus 2 exponent 2 exponent 2x. Okay, so this is what we have, right? So how are we going to go about solving this? So if you look at this, right, if you look at this, if we take out, what is it? Let me check something here. Let me check something here. Okay, so here what are we saying? If we try to do, okay, if you take out 2, right? I'm taking out 2 there. The key, you see the 2 is a common both. So if you take out 2, I'm taking out the 2 there, okay? And what am I going to remain with? I'm going to remain with 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x. You see, I took these 2 out, right? I remain with 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x here. And then minus this 2 is out, okay? And then what am I remaining with here? I'm remaining with 2 exponent 2x, right? And then everything here is divided by 3 multiplied by 2 exponent x minus 2 exponent 2x. You see? This is what I was talking about, to say this part here can be cancelled out. So you see, we have split it and our work, it's now easy, because now we have 3 exponent 2x minus 2 exponent 2x on the numerator and 3 exponent 2x minus 2 exponent 2x on the denominator, and that is going to take care of each other, and we're going to remain with 2 as our final answer. Yo, I was not noticing, but this is what I was talking about. This is what I was referring to. This is what I was referring to. So you rewind the video and follow the calculation that I have made. I hope you'll be able to understand what I've just done there. Okay, so that is it with 2.1, laws of exponents. Now 2.2, solve for x. And what is it that they give us here? 2.2.1, 5x exponent 2 over 5 is equals to 20, right? So they want us to solve for x on this question. Now, what is the technique that I'm going to apply there? So this is 2.2.1. Which technique are we going to apply on this question? Rationalizing exponents, right? So we have 5x exponent 2 over 5 is equals to 20, right? So what is the first thing that we have to do here? The first thing is to divide both sides by 5, right? So this side, this 5 is going to take care of this 5. And what are we going to remain with? We're going to remain with x exponent 2 over 5 is equals to, what is 20 divided by 5? 20 divided by 5, it's 4, right? 20 divided by 5 is 4, right? Now remember, we're talking about rationalizing exponents, so it means the equation has to be in this exponential form. This one here is in exponential form. This one here is not in exponential form. But we can take the 4 to exponential form. Remember how do you do that? We said we simply punch in 4, we say equal to, and you say shift, and you say effect, and that is going to give us 2, right? So I'm going to have here x exponent 2 over 5 is equals to 2 exponent 2, okay? This is what I have. Now, rationalizing exponent, what do we mean by that? You see here it's 2 over 5, right? The 2 over 5, the numerator is 2, the denominator is 5. So by rationalizing exponent, we simply multiplying the exponent by just changing the denominator, make it to be the numerator, and the numerator, make it to be the denominator. So we have 2 over 5. Instead of now multiplying by 2 over 5, we're going to multiply by 5 over 2. And what you do on the left, you also do it on the right, right? So we're going to have 5 over 2 this side, okay? So that's how we go about rationalizing the exponent. You make the denominator to be the numerator to be the denominator. And when you do that, 2 over 5 multiplied by 5 over 2, you're going to remain with x this side, right? And then 2 here, when you multiply the exponent, 2, we're going to take off this 2, and we're going to remain with 2 exponent 5. And then x here is going to be 2 exponent 5. What is 2 exponent 5? 2 exponent 5 is 32, okay? 2 exponent 5, it is 32, okay? So that's how it is. Now, with that said, that is where this question 2.2.1 ends. So now we are moving on to 2.2.2, okay? We're moving on to 2.2.2. So 2.2.2, what is it that they gave to us? They gave us, let's see, we are given here 12 exponent x, okay, multiplied by 3 exponent x plus 1, right? And they're saying everything is equals to 648, right? And what is it that they want us to do here? They want us to solve for x, right? So first thing first, they want us to solve for x. Is everything in exponential form there? That's one thing that you must ask yourself. You see, not everything is in exponential form. Can we take 12 to exponential form? Yes, we can do that. Let's see how are you going to do that. 12 is equals to shift fact. I'm getting there 2 exponent 2 multiplied by 3, right? So this one here, I'm gonna take it to be 2 exponent 2 multiplied by 3, and everything there raised to exponent x, right? And then this one is already in the exponential form, so 3 here, x plus 1 is equals to, now, what is 648? 648 is equals to shift fact, right? And that is 2 exponent 3 multiplied by 3 exponent 4, right? So now, simplifying this part here, you see, you have 2 powers raised to an exponent, right? What does that mean? You're going to take the power of 2, right, which is 2 exponent x, 2 exponent 2, and you raise it to exponent x, and then the power of 3, you raise it to exponent x, multiplied by 3 exponent x plus 1, and this is equals to 2 exponent 3 multiplied by 3 exponent 4, right? That's how it is. And then now, when you are raising a power to an exponent, what do? You take the base and multiply the exponent. So 2 times x, that's going to be 2x here, and then multiplied by, you see now 3 exponent 1. So we're going to take the base, multiply by the exponent 1 times x, that's going to be x here, and then multiplied by 3 exponent x plus 1 is equals to 2 exponent 3 multiplied by 3 exponent 4, okay? So this is how it is. Now, these are powers of the same base. You're going to take one base and multiply the exponent. So we're going to have multiplied by 3 exponent, 3 exponent x multiplied by 3 exponents. We took one base. Now we're adding exponent x plus x. This is 2x plus 1 is equals to 2 exponent 3 multiplied by 3 exponent 4, okay? Now, how are we going to now find x? Now, you should know that this question, right, they multiply two equations here, right? So they multiply an equation wherein 2 exponent 2x was equal to 2 exponent 3, right? You can take, like, you take the power of the same base, right? You equate the powers. You see, this is the power of 2 here and the power of 2, right? You equate powers with equal base. That's what you do. You see, or you're gonna take this one here, 3 exponent 2x plus 1, and this is going to be equal to 3 exponent 4, right? Now, if you solve using this one here, you know that laws of exponent, what do they say to us? They say the moment that the bases are equal, we must equate the exponent. 2x is equal to 3, right? So it means here x is going to be equal to 3 over 2. Or if you don't want to solve it this way, you choose one of it. You don't want to solve it this way, you're going to say, okay, or the fact that these powers, right, are of the same base 3, right? We equate the exponents. We're going to have 2x. When I have 2x plus 1 is equal to 4, right? Now 2x is going to be equal to 4 minus 1, and then 2x is going to be equal to 4 minus 1 is 3, and then x is going to be equal to 3 over 2. So it doesn't matter whether you want to solve using the 3 or whether you want to solve using the 2. You are going to get the same answer. So that is how 2.2 was supposed to be solved, okay? Now, moving on, we are moving on to 2.3, okay? So, what is happening on 2.3? On 2.3, what is it that they give us? So, on 2.3, they give us that f of x here, you see. Okay, let me bring it down because you cannot see the 2.3. It took it very far. So here is it. They are saying to us, f of x is equals to 3x minus 2 all over x squared plus 10x plus 25, right? And then they are saying to you here, determine the values of x for which f of x is defined. Okay, f of x is defined. So now what are you going to do to solve this question, right? What are you going to do to solve this question? This is a question that is based on nature of roots. Okay, so they want us to define to find values of x for which f of x is defined, right? So like one thing that I've seen with a question of this nature, if you want to find positive things for something, right? The best way to approach that is to find the problems, of that thing. Like if you want to find happiness, you know, like if you want to know things that makes someone to be happy, find things that makes someone not to be happy. And if you find things that make someone not to be happy, and then you now take the things that make someone not to be happy, if you now ignore them, if you now make them to be positive, then you're going to be able to. Now, if you look at this question, they are saying to us, determine the values of x for which f of x is defined. If you want to find the values of f of x for which f of x is defined, right? What makes it to be undefined? What makes f of x to be undefined, right? You see, we want to find the one that makes f of x to be defined. But what makes it not to be undefined, right, is when the whole of this part here, right, is equals to 0, right? When the whole of this part is equals to 0, then f of x is going to be undefined, right? So it means our answer cannot be 0. I mean, the whole of this part, the denominator, it cannot be 0, because if it becomes 0, it is going to be undefined. You see? So we want it to be defined. So if you make it to be 0, it's going to be undefined, right? So the fact that making it to be 0 is going to make it to be undefined. So it means the answer that we need, right, the value of x must be greater than like the denominator, for us to find the value of x that is going to make this to be defined, right? The value of x that you're going to get here, it must be greater than 0, right? So it means everything, the denominator for f of x, for f to be defined, right? For f to be defined, the denominator must be greater than 0. That's how it is. For x to be defined, x squared plus 10x plus 25 must be greater than 0. It must not be greater or equal to, it must be greater than 0. Okay, so that is how f of x is going to be defined. Can be greater than 0, can be less than 0, but it cannot be 0. Okay, because if you make it less than 0, it is not going to be defined. So it can be less than 0. That's the bottom line of this question. Okay, so if you make it to be greater than 0, now we have to solve for x, find the factors, right? Now in finding the factors, what do I say? If you can't find factors, use what? If you can't find factors, use now look at this. This thing is an inequality. So if it is inequality, we will need the table, and because this is greater than, is not going to be what? Shaded. These dots are not going to be shaded. So this one is plus here, minus plus here, right? So I tell you, Ubuti, if you can't find factors, use your quadratic formula, right? So I'm just going to type in my quadratic formula here. Just gonna solve straight away, right? I'm not gonna put it the way I've been doing it, like, So now just gonna say, okay, negative. What is the value of b? The value of b here is 10. See, I start with the minus the square root of 10 squared. Okay, minus. Okay, minus what? Minus b. What is b? B, it is minus a, 4a. I mean 4 multiplied by a is 1 there, right? And then b there is 10, and then c there is 25, all divided by 2 times a, which is 1. Okay, I started with the minus. What is it that I did? Did I do the right thing, or I'm making a mistake somewhere? Okay, 4AC. 4AC. Yeah, I made a mistake. You see, I put a 10 there, which is not supposed to be 4AC. I put a 10 there, which is not supposed to be. As I'm getting. So you see, I'm getting -5. So I'm going to put my -5 here, right? Then if I take in the positive part now, if I put a plus instead of a minus now, what am I getting? Oh, Siam, put a plus here. Let me see. Oh, I have to now type this thing afresh. -4AC, which is 25. So let me delete. Hey, what am I doing now? Okay, let me delete this other part because I had deleted this code by mistake. So I'm deleting this part here. See, deleting this part here. There we go. Now the answer that I get, what am I getting? Which one is this one? Oh, you see, I didn't put that bracket there. Now I'm getting -5. So x is just -5 for both. You see, x is just -5. So it's a repeated factor. So remember, it's negative this side, so it means inside is going to be x plus 5, and then here is going to be x plus 5 as well, right? So x is just -5. So what does that mean? We don't have to even use, but it's fine. We can put it this way. It's fine. You see, x must be what? X must be. Right, this side is not right. X must just be greater than -5. X must just be greater than -5. So this is how it is for it to be defined. Okay. So yeah, I mean that was it on question 3. 2.3 was the last one. But even if you're not going to get all the marks there, this question was worth 4 marks. The fact that you have attempted, you'll get something. You're not going to get everything. So you don't have to solve everything for you to pass an exam. You just have to write what you know. If something you don't know it, you don't know it. Don't spend your time trying to solve something you see that you don't know it. Now, here comes question 3. Question 3 is based on patterns, but this is something I'm going to solve in the next video. Okay, so bye for now.